pitter-patter of power washers.
The most important part of dance is music. So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
That's a noisy washer. Prepare for the noise of the tier 3 power washer as we enter our next phase. Round 3. Upper bracket. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Lights out versus the Filth Busters. On the skate park. Car time 25 minutes. We're gonna have to drastically change the volume on this now. Four jets, 2 jets too many. We're starting to get to the longer maps, but we have a much better pressure washer for handling them. Caravan is working on the bench. Very careful style. Everyone seems to be using, except for Zero Gravian, everyone is using the yellow nozzle. Zero Gravian is using the wide with no extension on the floor, trying to get as much percentage as they can quickly. This is your gold standard power washer for sure, the 3K. Remba Vista 3000. You use it for most of the current game. The next one after this exists, but it is very expensive compared to the others. It is a large jump in price, it's thousands of dollars. You might not get it until you're near the end. It is very strong. But the difference between this one and that one is not as severe as the difference between the urban and this one. Got a lot of nice skins. Everyone is using a different washer here. We have the Clown Donut skin, Terravan and Robust Laser. The Jet Set Radio music is appropriate for the skate park anyway. 3 minutes in, me and Tuesday clocked a time of 25 minutes on this sucker. See how they do. There's that wiggling strat again. I feel like Terravan is missing dirt this time. It seems to be working some, but I'm not sure if it's as good as carefully doing it. Look at all those spots. Well, maybe don't. Make yourself dizzy. Powerful bursting though. Caravan and Mr. Torture have 2 wins now. Robust Laser and Zero Gravian were put into round 2 at the start because we did not have 16 teams. They have 1. The skate park is going to make or break them here because it's starting to get to the serious maps where teamwork is going to be a big deal. There's a lot of easy ground to cover on this map. There's not much challenging stuff. The handlebars are a little rusty. The steps can be a little picky about the angle you need, and you have to climb on top of the walls to get the top side. But as far as we go on maps, this one is simple, more simple than most. It's just quite large. We expect everyone to finish, but with 5 minutes left roughly, with the Powerwash of Tier 3, which just unlocked if you're playing through the game normally and probably buying skins and wasting a little bit of cash. The skins are very expensive, and they added a bunch of new ones. Zero Gravian has cleaned the bench. The bench maybe is actually the hardest thing in here to clean in a technical sense. Robust Laser is working on the ramp. Now the top side of the ramp. Caravan has switched to the standard nozzle, doing the same thing Zero Gravian was doing earlier. They're using an extension though, maybe to make it a little easier to get the exact spread they want. Kind of just mowing the lawn is what it feels like when you're doing the floor of this place like this. That's a tried and tested method, the lawnmower strat, right? So you can just go in a nice little cycle and then rotate just a little bit, come back. Zero Gravian is working on the handles and the metal parts of the rust is going to come right off with the power washer level 3. This is what we're talking about with the strength of the washer making a big difference. He's using the green nozzle and succeeding very easily, actually. There's not any trouble at all with that. There's no need to go in with the major spray anymore, really. That's going to get seen less and less, honestly. We just don't need it. Not here, anyway. It will come back up a little bit now and then. But the rust on this map, at least, is not even a concern. They should not be using the straight nozzle for anything. I don't think so, anyway. I'm a big fan of the yellow nozzle, 15% spread. It's probably a little bit overkill for a lot of jobs that I use it on. That's as low as I'll go with this washer on this map. Green probably is all around going to do most of the work. And still give you a decent distance to spray and be able to reach the weird parts of this map. You have a lot of walls at a lot of different angles. Gotta hit every side. Lights Out is ahead by a little bit. They have already sprayed the floor though, I think. Oh my. Thank you, Jerry.
Keep up the amazing work.
I appreciate it. I'll try. Thank you as well, Flarga, for the 5-pack. Heck. %. We're tied now. We're tied at 45%. There is graffiti on the wall. That is not going to come off with the white nozzle ever. I don't expect that is even possible. Maybe if you really tried really hard, up close as possible. I obviously it's better to just switch nozzles for that. You will have to probably switch to deal with that because there's a lot of graffiti too. It's not just a little bit. It's enough to make you have to deal with it specifically. You can't ignore it. I think that they're doing the right thing by cleaning all the dirt off first, though. In this case, the graffiti is really strong, and you will want to mess with it as little as possible. You can probably skip a good chunk of it. Yeah, the tier 3 power washer has a lot of strength behind it, so a little bit of the graffiti will come off pretty easily. But look how good the yellow nozzle does against the Terravan, is having no trouble. It takes a couple passes. It's obviously stickier than what we were just dealing with, but you don't want to spend too much time on that kind of stuff. It was preventing that wall from dinging, and that wall is looking pretty clean now. Just got a little bit to do. Terravan is using the long extension. They have access to that. I don't. Yeah, we do have the extra long extension. You don't usually have access to it yet. Free Play and my settings have given it to them if they want it. I think it's unnecessary most of the time. I feel like it's a bad thing to use. I really do. I feel like you're putting yourself in a bad place trying to sit still that much, trying to use the extra long. It has a purpose. It's for reaching really tall things. And I don't feel like that is this map. I think people trying to use it are going to slow themselves down. I think they'd be better off not using any nozzle at all. That is why Terravan's spray is so straight. So narrow when it could be a lot wider. Zero Gravy and Robust Laser are working on the walls and floor again. Robust Laser's using the green with no extension. Pretty solid spread there. Five more subs, holy shit. Thank you. I love this map. I appreciate all the subs, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, look at this watermelon pool. Whips. This place is awesome. The colors on this level are the best in the game, I'd say. They really nailed this one. The carousel later and some of the other maps are definitely on point. This pool of the skating bowl is just not coming. There it goes. I'm definitely not a fan of the industrial bathroom. It's one of my least favorite ones. I don't mind the look of the forest. I don't like the content of the forest, the tree house. The other house that's in the woods is fine. The tree house is gross. We'll be dealing with the treehouse soon, actually. It's in the lower bracket for round 3. One team has got to deal with that against the other in the lower bracket. And I don't expect them to finish. In fact, I think it's an impossible task to finish that in 30 minutes. Nevertheless, it is their task. And we'll see who does better. Lights Out is 5% ahead. They've pulled ahead somewhere. I don't know where they're getting that from. It looks like there's some big areas to clean for both teams, so I'm not sure which one is actually in the lead. Using that quick wheel for quickish. I don't even know what button that is. I forget. I always forget. There's a quick nozzle and quick extension chooser. The nozzle can be set with the mouse wheel. But there's some hotkeys that open up soap, and there's another one that opens up the extension menu, and that's a really good thing to know when you're trying to be as fast as possible. We are 15 minutes in. I think our time is going to get crunched here. We're going to see a good power washing time for the skate park. The Mayor's Mansion is the level that introduces the extension. It's a few maps ahead of this. They're not supposed to be there quite yet in terms of gameplay, but it's alright. It's not going to be a hard one to clean. And I bought them the extra long extension, so they're all set. They will be able to do that map, which basically forces you to get as much range as possible on this house that you're not allowed to go into the yard of because the mayor kind of sucks. So we'll be dealing with that today. The skate park is clean on the floor level for the Lights Out team. That probably is where that extra percentage is coming from, because they have already done that. I don't think it's popped for the other team yet. That might be a big change up in who's actually winning here. They have 25% to go on each side. The lead's a little bit smaller. If it is the lead. Hard to say, right? We're dealing with the floor on the second area here. On top of the ramps. We do have one more power washing match after this, and then we're gonna do half of the AI arena. I'm gonna split it, mostly because I'm wiped out. I played Gladius too much last night. That's not really why. I've been wiped out constantly. I need to schedule better. Try and manage all the stuff I've been getting into. But we're going to take it easy tonight and just do 2 hours of it, and we're going to keep those stats. We're going to roll them into Saturday and take it from the top at probably 8:40, right after the 2 power washing matches again. Three targets left for the blue team, and I see most of what it is this floor. It's this set of walls. There's a lot of walls for them left, though. It's not just one item. It's one type of item. It's a sizable 14%. Ah, that rust is coming right off. That's so good. That pipe is clean. I think we can assume that Lights Out is in the lead by a small amount at this point. As they enter 90% first, I think they are looking to take it. Filthbusters needs to speed it up. But I don't know how they're going to do that. They do have the floor here. There's a lot. There's like 5% probably on the floor right there. That's going to be a big part of it, I think. If they could clean that up, if that were done. There's the ramp. Look at all that nonsense, right? Huge piles of dirt. Easily clean dirt is the thing. It's going to come right off. Now, Lights Out is dealing with some of that, but I think Filthbusters has more of it. I wonder if that long nozzle is, I mean, you could use it that way. I feel like it's counterintuitive to my playing style. You would have to stand pretty far back to make up for it, and I don't know what the value of that is. When you're as close to the dirt as you are, it definitely isn't helping. So you would have to stand much further back to make up for that extra foot of space. This isn't a huge thing, so an extra foot is actually quite a bit for the nozzle. Yeah, the Filthbusters team loves to wiggle. I'm not sure if it's effective, but it's their style. It's their strat, it's their style. They wiggle more than anybody to clean. I don't know that it is effective anymore. You would think it would be better than it was with the better washer, right? But it seems like they're having trouble cleaning the floor, and that should be really easy to get. That might actually be coming down to the nozzle and extension choice more than the wiggling. I'm not sure. I think that's a little fast, the wiggling. I think it's a little excessive. There it is, 10% ahead. That one goes to Lights Out. $21.50. Making our part time look pretty lousy. I think we're gonna go ahead and change that to 23 minutes part time. Soccer ball is in the replay. I think that might be one of the things that does not sync up is the cat, the soccer balls, anything that moves, the gnomes. Between the players, that doesn't sync up so well. Now this is a best of 3, so Filthbusters is not out yet. They have a chance. They just need to do really well at cleaning up the eggs. They're finishing up the skate park, and they're nearly done. That extra long extension is going to come in big time on the next map. There's a huge fence that is just covered in paint and eggs also. And then in the back, eggs are pretty easy to clean off, but it is a lot of eggs, and it has to be obnoxiously done through the fence at range. Hey, thanks, what's up? %. They're looking for the last bit. Where is that sucker? They found it. The offending wall. They gotta climb up there, I think. There it is. 2408 for that team. Still beat our time. I'm not sure that we had access to the long extension. We probably did. I'm not sure where we lost all our time at. These people's practicing is showing. As this tournament goes on, our par time seems to get worse and worse compared to what the players are doing. We used to keep pace. We used to be in there. Time for the mares. If you're ready, click Sonic. I need to play the patch. I need to play the new maps, actually. It's time to get back into it. There's the replay. All right, this is Lights Out's game to lose at the moment. They got 1 point.
Let's get scratching.
Wait for the players to say ready. We do not have a time for this map. We did not do this one on our practice sessions to prepare. See how the players do. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We have one player. No, all 4 players, in fact, are blasting the house in the back. Not a single one of them is working on the fence. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that strategy. They want to get the background out first. Just clean it up completely. They're using the extended nozzle, of course. They all should be. And they're using the rotating 0-degree nozzle. I think that's really good with the extender. It just gets an insane circle compared to the regular version of it. Two players hitting it from either side. Seems like it might have some good coverage of it. Mr. Torture is the first person to start working on the fence. There's a lot of fence, and the paint comes off fairly easily. I'd say it's medium difficulty to clean that stuff. It does require hitting it from a bunch of angles is the problem. It's the angles of it more than the stickiness of the content. You have to clean the fence tops, the bricks on either side, and the gate, and all of the fence posts. And the fence posts have graffiti on like every bit of it. Under and upper sides, in between the bars. It's pretty easy to miss a piece of the fence. There's a lot of fence. Caravan is looking for an opportunity to get those eggs. Cleaning the columns of the eggs. Making short work out of this so far. 2 minutes in. Both teams are above 40%. This is detail work. Almost exclusively detail work. And I don't hate this map. Despite that, it's pretty easy. Detail work is usually on the tedious side. Usually takes a lot of grinding down the rust and stuff in the little control panels, and it can be a little bit of nonsense, honestly. Cleaning things like the fire truck panel, it just won't click, and you can't really see the rust anymore, and it still won't click. That's not true here. These eggs are very, very easy to see. They come right off too, and the rust on the bars is no big deal. It's mostly graffiti. With this washer, it's light enough that you can grab it with the green or yellow nozzle, so not a huge deal. Caravan going for the short nozzle. Change their strats. Everyone's working on this fence now with the short nozzle, in fact. 7% lead on the right. I think it's safe to say that they are in the lead for real this time. We still, after all these rounds, this is like match 10, we still haven't seen anyone tie break. Not a single time, not once. Every time a team is in the lead, they get both wins. Just proving the skill difference every time, over and over again. And we're going to start colliding those winners into each other soon as we get to the backside of the tournament. And we're going to see what happens then. Maybe then we'll have a bit of deviance. Everyone is very consistently doing as well as they do, and one team always dominates. And it's looking like we might see some of that here, but Filthbusters is only 1% behind now. They have caught up real fast. Maybe the wall made up for that. They're doing great. This is going to be a super close one, actually. I think Filthbusters just took the lead in a very technical way. The percent is tied, and I think Filthbusters have been working on the fence more. The fence is the pain here. Oh, this is going to come to the wire, isn't it? Could this be the first one? Like I said, this fence is easy to miss stuff on. You can miss the tops. We're starting to see the left team collide. The two players are working on the same thing because they're not sure what needs cleaning anymore, I think, is what's going on. Oh, this gate's filthy still. So the plot of this stage is that the mayor just doesn't like letting people in. You're not allowed into the house. He doesn't trust you, but he trusts you enough to clean it and to pay you hundreds of dollars. So that's why you need the long extension, but you don't need it now. The house is sparkling clean. 99% to 97. They're working on the last bit. There it is. 555 on the right. Once again, 2-0. This time was super close. Team Filthbusters suffers their first loss. Team Lights Out proving that they belong in round 4.
Dang.
Oh no, Filthbusters got stuck on some nonsense. They're done at 6:40. They lost some time at the end there. I think our part time for this can be 6.5 minutes. For tier 3 on Mayor's House. That's our match. We have one more coming up. Let's see if those players are ready. They're going to be doing a different set of matches. Their match is still in tier 2. It's an elimination match, actually, so it's going to be tier 2, round 2 under. Oh no, actually we have an emergency. We will not be doing that match. One of the players canceled that one, so yes, that's it for now. Yep, that's it for today. Looks like we're going to postpone that match. We have 2 of them tomorrow at 8 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Eastern. The ones tomorrow are different teams. It'll be the skate park and Mayor's Mansion again, and then the nasty one tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. The Forest Cottage and the Treehouse, which I am certain is not going to be doable in 30 minutes. Absolutely not. That is one of the longest stages there is. I bet they couldn't even do it in an hour. So they're going to be aiming to do as much of it as possible. Percent is what's going to matter. So they're going to ignore the hard parts of that clean. We're going to be sweeping the floors and just getting it as done can be. And in 30 minutes, we're going to call it and see who's got the better percent. And if there's a tie, we'll keep going until somebody gets 1 more percent. I'm going to see about rescheduling that game till 9 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern. Just do 3 games. Might happen. We have AI Arena coming up for you now, though, folks, so we're going to take 5. And I'm actually going to cut stream. We'll come back online. We'll do AI Arena, so if you'd like to bet on the bots, that's what's coming on now. Thanks for joining me, everybody. How do you like the new layout? I thought I should spread out the team names and such a little bit. Make it clear who's who. Like I said many times now, this is all a test run for what I think will be a longer tournament. down the road here in a couple months. Alright, well, me and Catsworth will be doing AI Arena in just a bit, so until then. I'm gonna host you over to Tuesday playing Forewarned. Until then, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Have a good night. See you then.